Hey guys, let's see what's new in the last version of Gizmo Creator. You will see I added several nice features. So let's go in the add-on preferences first. In the add-on preferences of Gizmo Creator, in the option tab, I added 3 operators: save preferences, load preferences, and reset preferences. When you will save your preferences, it will be saved as a JSON file. Okay, when you will load this, the preferences, you will load this JSON file that will set the preferences as you wanted. And after that, you will have the reset preferences. I also created a reader version for the add-on that will only read the presets for the gizmos, for people to be able to use the gizmos with the reader version. If they want the entire version, they can buy it like that. So I will see when I will make this available and how I will make it available. Okay, let's continue. When you will create gizmos, so I will create a preset. I will have my gizmo here. So let's add this. I will have the presets, I will have the groups, so this is my group. And the groups, you know that you can add shortcuts for the group, okay? So what I did was to add the possibility to add a shortcut to an action click, okay? So you will have the click, shift click, control click, the drag up, shift drag up, etc. So when you will add something to an action type, here, let's see, I will add, let's add a cone, like that, okay? You will have this icon to show you that you can add a shortcut. So let's move this. I will click and I will add a shortcut, as you can see here. I will just change it to, let's see, this. And I will click on OK. So now, let's change this for the cone, like that. Hop. So now, when I will call this shortcut, bam, I will have my cone here. So this is interesting. If, for example, let's use a cube, like that, you use some rules, like this, I will choose a add rule here, and on the operator I want to add a subdivision modifier. So let's check for this subdivision, add subdivision modifier, level 2, yes, like that, okay? So this will be a macro system, so I will create a cube, after that I will add a subdivision modifier with a value of 2 for the levels. Okay, if I click, up, I will have it. And since I added the shortcut, if I call the shortcut, I will have it. So like that, you can do whatever you want. Edit, add something else, for example, add an array modifier. So let's add another, let's use the add. Up, on this one for the operator, let's add an array modifier, like that. So it will create the cube, a subdivision surface, and an array modifier. So if I call the shortcut, bam, I have exactly what I wanted. Okay, so like that, you can create macros, you can use gizmos, and you can add a shortcut for this gizmo. So as you can see, that works with the rules in add mode, like that, even in replace mode, that will depend on the condition you will add, etc., etc. Okay, so this is an example. Let's remove this. You can also use a property like that. Let's use the viewport show overlays. I'm in toggle, so it will toggle the overlays. If I click, that will give me this, and the shortcut will still work, as you can see. So this is nice. It works with true, false, you can enter a value also, or you can use a modal operator if you want. For example, let's check the sample. I will do that, okay, and I will just check the code here, and I will copy this, hop, and I will do that, okay? So I want to make a modal, this is an integer, and let's keep the rest like that. So if I edit, if I click, I will be able to change, as you can see, the value, like that, okay? So I have 10 as max, let's enter this, and now if I click, I will be able to change this. So that will also work with the shortcut. So if I call the shortcut, I will be there, and after that, I will be able to edit the value. So like that, with the property and modal, you can edit any property inside Blender or from any add-on into a modal operator. Edit the modal as you want. I can make a suffix. I can, in fact, for the prefix, I can enter this and set this sample. Oh, my bad. Samples. And for the suffix, I will don't do anything. Here, I can set let's see, viewport samples, like that. And if we check, we will have the description with the viewport shortcut. So if I click, I will have the samples here, as we saw, we put it here, and without a suffix. So I will be able to edit, or I can directly enter the value, and that's it. So as you can see, this is nice. If I call this, the shortcut, it will work. Okay. Let's continue. You can also use some menus. So let's add, let's see, I want to use the add menu, and I can call it with the shortcut directly like that, or I can call it here like that. Okay. And same for the Python files. You can add a Python file. So I will add a Python file. So I need to go where my example code are, this one. Okay. And I need to open the file to have the value here, for the operator. Okay, so this is this file, and in the file, this one is the add-on folder code examples. And I will just copy this because this is the operator to launch it within the add-on. So let's come here. I will set it here, bam, and I can same change this to clear transforms, like that. Same, the description will be fixed. So if I select this one, I make rotation, scale, let's make this. If I click, I will clear the transform. Let's undo this. And if I call the shortcut, it will work too. Okay? So like that, you can add a shortcut to any action type, like that. And you can use the gizmo or use the shortcuts. Okay? So if you want to remove it, just click here, or in fact remove the shortcut and click OK. So now the shortcut doesn't work. When you add a shortcut, create your gizmos, you can save your preset, and after that you can also save the preferences. So like that, when you will restart Blender, you will have everything here and the shortcuts will be registered. Okay, so let's continue with the menu. In the menu, you can create menus inside the menus. You can call a menu here, like that. You can call a panel, a file, etc. I added some menus here. I can add more later, or you can search within Blender if you want. Okay? But what I want to show you is to create your own menu. In fact, that will be like the quick favorites. You will have the menu here, okay? So I added two ways to make this, a simple menu and a pop-up menu. I will first show you the simple menu. So I will remove this and I will do that. Up, I will type menu, like that. So now if I click, as you can see, I will have my menu. This one is for the description, so if I don't want it, I will remove it. Now, as you can see, I have nothing, and I have to add a rule. Okay, so when you add a menu here, if you put your mouse on it, you will have information about how to use the menu, like that. Okay, so let's name this my menu, like that, and let's change this to this one. Okay. So like that, when I will click, I will add a menu. So like I said, to add items into this menu, you need to add rules. When you will add underscore menu, when you will add a rule, it will automatically be in add mode. Okay? So at this point, I want to add some primitives. So let's use a cube. Like that. I will use an operator. I will go to the mesh primitives and I will use a cube. Okay, so now if I click, I will have, as you can see, a primitive cube add. Okay, if I add a description, like that, cube, and if I click, I will have cube. Okay, I can also add an icon for that. So I can do that. Enter the code for the cube, mesh cube, and if I click, I will have my cube. Okay, so if you want to easily find this code for the icons, what you can do is to go in the extension platform and activate the icon viewer. Okay, so when you will do that, in the text here, you will have dev and icon viewer like that. Okay, so let's make this like that. Let's make this, and I can make that. Okay, so when I will click, I will just have to do that, Control V, and enter, and as you can see, I will have this. If I want the cube, I just have to select, past, and I will have my cube. Okay, so let's add another one. Let's add a cylinder like that. I will click here, mesh primitives. Let's choose my cylinder. Let's copy this up like that, underscore. Here I can search for cylinder. Up, 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 and that's it. So now if I click, I will have my cube and my cylinder. Okay, so this is nice. I want now to add something different. I want to add a separator, so I will click on Add Action Rule. Let's name it separator. And here, in fact, I will copy this and do that. Okay, and if I click, I will have this line as a separator. Okay, so at this point, I want to add, let's see, some options for the shading. I will add a new rule. I will add overlays. Okay, copy, come here. For the description, this time I will use a property, toggle, and let's see if I have this here, show overlays, like that. Okay, so that will be a property, this one. I will have it here, and as you can see, since it's a toggle, I will have this icon. So if I click, like that, as you can see, I will toggle the overlays, like that. Okay, so this is as simple as that. Let's add one for, let's see, in fact, the wireframe. So that will be viewport wireframe. Okay, let's select everything, Control C, enter, Control V, property, toggle, let's use this one, viewport wireframe. Okay, let's see, show wireframe overlay. Okay, this is correct. And if I click, as you can see, the wireframe up is off and is on, etc. Okay, so like that, you can create your menu. You can add separators. You can add properties with toggles. You can add operator, and in fact, if I click, I will add my cylinder like that. Okay, so this is nice. This is pretty easy to do. I can add a separator, so I will duplicate this separator and move it at the end. As you can see, I have a second separator, so let's name it separator 2, and I will have my new separator here. Okay, now what we can do is to add some modifiers. Let's add a subdivision modifier. So let's enter subdivision, like that. Let's copy this, and let's paste it to the description. I will come here, I will have modifier, add subdivision modifier, or I can check for the recently used, like that. Okay, so I want to add an icon, so let's enter sub, up, copy this, up, underscore, up, and now I will have my subdivision surface. If I click, boom, as you can see, this is okay. Okay. So those buttons are basic buttons. You cannot add, for example, control to remove, etc. This is as basic as it is when creating this. And for example, on this menu, I can, for the subdivision, check if I have something selected. So let's see the condition. Let's see selection condition. Selection condition. Active object. Active is selected. As selection. That should do the trick. So context selected object. If I check, I have this. If I deselect, and as you can see, I will not have anything here. Okay, so like that, you cannot add subdivision surface if nothing is selected. If I select something, I will have it here. So this is nice. Let's add, same as previously, an array, like that. Up, Control C, Control V. Let's enter array, like that. Up, underscore, up. Oh, no, it's not underscore, slash. I said underscore all the time, but it's not underscore. Let's come here. Up, I need to add something. Let's go to the modifiers. I have array. I can set an array with a count 2. Okay. As you can see, you will have the code here, and you can make something like that. Add an array, and add after that this. And after, add the value you want for the count. I can edit, for example, if I add an array, like that. As you can see, I have the count 2. I can add this to, let's see, 2, just to show you. I will copy this, up. In fact, no, I will not copy this. Oh yes, I will copy this, but I will do that, up. And I will just copy, up, my bad, some difficulties. Just copy this part, up, and replace this part, like that. So that will give me this, and relative offset displace. And I need to, yes, it should work. Let's enter 2, just to show you, like that. Okay, so let's get rid of this one. Let's add my array, and bam, I will have my array with my value of 2 for the relative offset. Okay, so like that, you have exactly what you want. Okay, so we can do the same with the bevel modifier. For example, let's add something like bevel, up, like that, Control C, Control V, this, let's enter bevel, up, let's paste it. Okay. So now I have nothing because I need to add a bevel, so modifiers. Where is the bevel? Bevel modifier, add bevel modifier segment 4, like that, as you can see. So now if I click, I will have my bevel, and if I click, I will have my bevel with 4 as segments. And like previously, we can, up, for example, change the amount if I want to have a different amount and add it here, like we did previously, up, with the array. Okay. So same, I can copy the condition, up, like that, up, like that. So if I have something selected, I can see my modifiers. If I have nothing selected, I will not see my modifiers. So this is a possibility. Okay. So this is for the menu part. And with this, you can also, if you want, convert this to the menu will give you this. Okay. In fact, I will duplicate this one just to show you. And this one, that will be pop-up. Up. Pop. Ah, I have some difficulties. Let's use that, pop-up. Okay. And the second one, I will rename this pop-up, like that. Up. My mic is in front of my, my keyboard. So, if I click, this time I will have a pop-up. Okay? So as you can see, that will give you different results, a menu, and a pop-up. So the interesting part for the pop-up is that you can add, for example, let's name it pop, something like that. And if I click, I will have the name here. I can also use something like, let's use this one, up, like that. I can add an icon for this one. And I can also change the size for this. So if I do that, let's enter this, I will have something smaller, okay? If I enter 300, I will have something larger, okay? Let's keep it as it is, 200 from scratch. That will give me this. So this is nice. As you can see, you have the separator here. And on the pop-up, it's a bit different. Instead of separator, I will name it label. Hoopla. Label, like that. And if I click, I will have my label with the name. This is a separator. So let's add the description. So this one will be for the shading. So let's enter shading, like that. If I click, I will have shading. Okay? And same, you can, if you want, add an icon. Let's do that. Up. If I click, as you can see, I will have my pop-up. I will have my shading. I can, in fact, here name it primitives. Primitives. Up. Like that. Let's add. Let's use this one. Okay, if I click, I will have this. My primitives, my shading. For the other one, let's use, no, but this, not this one, but this one. Same, label. This one will be a modifier, like that. And let's use a modifier. Yep. Let's use this icon, like that. And if I click, as you can see, I have my pop-up with the labels, like that. So as you can see, this is pretty nice. There is something else, for example, let me show you that. Let's use this one. This is just to show you. Up, I will use this one. I will copy this. I will keep it like that. Okay. So let's add up a new one that will be for the bevel. This one is a property. I will use toggle like that, and I will just use that. If I click, I will have the possibility to switch, as you can see, and edit my bevel. And I can here, let's name it, let's do that, expand. If I click, I will have both like that. Okay, so as you can see, you can add some settings. If you create a bevel, you can add some settings. And for this one, for the condition, I can select for the modifiers condition as array as bevel modifier, like that. Up, I will have this. If I get rid of my bevel, I should not see it. If I add my bevel, I can see it. So like I said, like that, you can add a button to add a bevel, and after that, if you want, add the settings you use the most. Okay, so like that, you can, in fact, do whatever you want. I just need to check if it works for the menu. Up. And yes, for the menu, as you can see, that will be different. You will have this here, and if I remove the expand, up, you will have this. So because menus are not meant to work like that. So let's keep it and let's rename it pop-up. Pop-up, and that's it. Okay. So this is okay. Let's get rid of this one. We can duplicate this, the separator. So let's move it. In fact, if you press Shift and click, that will move it at the last part. So this one will be 3. And this one, I can add some menus. Up. Let's do that. Let's use this one. Like that. So if I click, I will have my menu here. So now I just have to click here and add the menu I want to add. So I can add menu like that. So add menu. Okay, I can add another one. Menu, this one will be the file menu, why not? File menu, let's name it file menu. Oh my bad. Menu. I can add an icon for the menus. I have one that is nice. Where is it? This one. Okay. Like that. I can copy this and add it here. So like that, if I click, I will have the add menu and the file menu. So as you can see, this is nice. But you cannot add a menu in a menu for now. Maybe later, I don't know. I want this to be simple as it is. And as you can see, this is not too complicated. You can create whatever you want. Okay, so those are menus. Menu add, and this one menu file. Menu file. I will add another separator just to show you something. Up. Let's move this here. Okay, this one will be 4. If I click, I will have this, and in fact I was in a menu. Up. Let's use a pop-up like that. Okay, so this one will be for the geometry node, geo nodes. Just to show you, up, geometry nodes, up, like that. Okay, so if I click, I will have that. So if, let's see, I add a custom primitive from BetterPy menu, I want to edit this geometry node and I want to add the settings of this geometry node inside my menu. So how do I do that? You will see this is simple. Add action rule. Let's name it radius. Up, Control C, Control V. Let's use property value. And what I will do is I will do that, and I will just copy this here. I will just remove this, and now if I click, I will have this. And as you can see, that works. Nice. Just to show you, let's use the auto smooth. Up, socket 5. I can duplicate this one. Let's name it auto smooth, like that. Value. No, this one, that will be a toggle. Up. Normally, it should work. Let's copy this. Let's paste this. Up. Auto smooth. Auto smooth. And as you can see, this is working fine. Okay, so this is nice. You can also add a condition to have a geometry node with the name of the geometry node if you want to make it work. For the radius, you can make it as a model operator if you want, like that. And when you will click and you will have the model operator here. Okay, so this is nice. And that should work also with the menu, because I fixed this just on this video. If I click, bam, that will give me the result. And on the menu, you cannot use this kind of properties. That's why I added the pop-up and the menu. Like that, you have whatever you want, and you have exactly what you want. So let's use value once again. Up, I will have my radius, and I can edit my radius on the fly. So as you can see, with menu, pop-up and menu, you can do whatever you want, you can add whatever you want. You can also add a shortcut. I am on the pop-up. Let's add a shortcut on this one. Up, Control Shift P, like that. And if I press Control Shift P, I have my pop-up, like that, as you can see. Nice. Let's get rid of this shortcut. Okay. So that's it for the menus. The other thing I changed was that, for example, if I add several objects, let's do that. In fact, let's change this. If I add more, Up. Let's add, let's remove this one. I can edit the settings of my this like that, and as you can see now, this is linear. That will be previously it was there, and I think it's better like that to have something like that. It's much better, I think. Let's get rid of all of that. Up. Take time because I added this, because if you remove something you created, and you will not be happy. Up, and Control Shift and click, that will give me this result. Up, let's add this. So the other things was I fixed some bugs. I fixed some bugs on this version, so the new version will be 0.1.2. I added some presets for the gizmos, just to show you. When you click here, you will have the add-on presets, the user presets. Obviously they are the same because I add my preset in the user, and after that I add them in the add-on. And I added some text examples. Let's see, log rot scale, that will give me this result. So if I select this one, up, as you can see, up, let's scale it like that. You can see the settings. You can add, in fact, in text anything you want from within Blender using the customized gizmo part. My bad. For the text here, same, I added the information about how to make this here, and I already made a video for that. So like I said, yes, you have some pre-created gizmos, as you can see here, like that. And you can add your own gizmos in the user menu. And when you create something like, for example, my pop-up, I will save it. You can create a new category here, and let's name it my menus. My bad, like that. And if I click OK, I will come here, users, I will have my menus, and I will have my pop-up. Okay, so just to show you, I will create a new group. As you can see, I have this group here. Let's add this pop-up. And now I will have my pop-up. Okay, so this is a way to save your gizmos if you don't want to save the presets, like that. So that's it for the menus, that's it for the shortcuts, that's it for the presets, the reset, etc. So I think it's okay for this this new version. So let's get rid of this one, like that. Maybe I can show you only the let's disable this add-on, Gizmo Creator, and let's enable the reader part. Okay, so the reader part will only read the gizmos. So if I add some animation, for example, I will have the gizmos, and like that you will be able to use it as it is when you use the complete add-on, but you can just use it. You can hide the part you want, you can edit this, because sometimes, depending on the screen, you will need to edit it, like that, but you will be able to only load preset, not create preset. If you want to create a preset, you need the entire add-on. As you can see, Gizmo Creator Reader. This is not the entire part. So I added some information here, like that, and the icon to buy the add-on. So that's it for this video. It's late, I'm sorry, I have some difficulties to talk, but I hope you like this new version.